Welcome to the September episode of Celebrate Meridian, our monthly look at all things Meridian. Tonight, I'll be joined by Superintendent Dr. Linda Clark to discuss the upcoming school year and how they serve the families of Meridian and the rest of the school district. It is hard to believe that school is back in session and summer is winding down and turning into fall. It's that time of year again to come out and celebrate some of the last community events of the summer. We have the opportunity to remember and reflect upon the great events that have happened over the last couple of months, from National Night Out and the Independence Day celebration to Cable One Movie Night and the Meridian Farmers Market. We as a community have made great progress towards making Meridian a premier place to live, work, and raise a family. Now, just because these events have come and gone, and doesn't mean that we are done for the summer. However, there are a few more events before fall takes over that I'd like to encourage you to participate in. The Community Block Party and Rock Around the Block Fun Run is happening on September 15th. Since it started a couple years ago, the Community Block Party has been a huge success, with hundreds of people visiting the park and participating in these safe and fun events. With games, food, music, and activities in the safety of the park, this is a fantastic experience that a person of any age is sure to enjoy. The next event I'd like to encourage you to attend is the Meridian Neighbor Night, and Neighborhood Stars Award. Improving Meridian's neighborhoods and ensuring that our neighborhoods are the safest place to raise your children is very important to the City of Meridian and our entire staff. That is why on September 26th, we are holding the Meridian Neighbor Night and Neighborhood Stars Award to recognize all those who have done an exemplary job at preserving, maintaining, and improving the quality of life in their neighborhoods and the Meridian community as a whole. These individuals and businesses that will be recognized will be given the city's Neighborhood Star Award. Aimed at not only recognizing individuals, this event is also a forum where you can share your ideas and learn from others about great practices so we can keep Meridian growing and improving. Did you also know that each month the artwork at Initial Point Gallery changes? Indeed, Initial Point Gallery is an elegant art display space in City Hall, maintained by the Meridian Arts Commission. Rotating displays of juried works by local fine artists can be viewed free of charge by the public anytime that Meridian City Hall is open. The month of September and the first week of October, we will be honored to host works from a new local artist. I encourage you to make time to come downtown and see this marvelous collection. Meridian has many communities within our community, one of which is our Strong Faith community, and October will bring us the annual Faith Leaders Luncheon. Designed as a way to bring Meridian places of worship together, the Faith Leaders Luncheon is an opportunity to celebrate our community, the people who live in it, and all that we accomplish together as we create and foster a healthy and safe city. This is hosted by the Faith Ambassadors and my office. That the luncheon will focus on how, by working together, the faith community has a unique opportunity to be a solution to many of our community's issues. The Faith Ambassadors Council has provided a venue to put aside their separate philosophical or doctrinal differences and come together for the common cause of building awareness of our community challenges while seeking solutions to strengthen our city. To learn more about the Faith Ambassadors or to take part in the Faith Leaders Luncheon, please call us at 489-0535. This month, I'm happy to profile a student who is serving her community from a variety of different angles. Join me as we celebrate Kendall Swanson, our Meridian Future Leader of the Month.
Kendall Swanson is active, passionate, and excited to be the Executive Chair for the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council, with many plans for the upcoming year.
So I'm a member of the Executive Council, and I am the chair of MIAC. And this year, what we're really looking to do is we're looking to do a lot of service activities. We're going to probably do a few more than last year, so that'll be good.
Being active in MIAC for the past few years has given her life skills mandatory for being a leader in the community.
I've definitely gained better leadership skills. I think mostly that was one of the main reasons, an important reason to me at least, to set out and be a leader in the community, and I think I've definitely learned a lot from that.
Along with MIAC, Kendall participates in a multitude of other activities.
Well, most of my life I played soccer. I played club soccer for teams such as Rush and Capitals. I also love to go horseback riding. I do that a few times a week. Painting is also my passion. I'm in AP Art this next year, so that'll be really exciting to do. And also writing. I love to write and just journal, and that's really how I can relate to my world.
Kendall Swanson, your Student Leader of the Month.
Welcome back. Tonight I'm joined by Dr. Linda Clark of the Joint School District Number 2. Dr. Clark was actually our first guest when we first started doing Celebrate Meridian back in 2010. Our show has changed a lot since that time, and we are honored to utilize the fine students of Mountain View High School to help make this show a reality. This has been a great partnership between the city and the school district, and I can't talk highly enough about these students in this program. Thank you, Dr. Clark, for joining us here today.
My pleasure. Happy to be here. Happy to come back.
I know. I can promise you it will be better. Maybe you can start by telling us a little bit about yourself, what your background is, and how you got involved with your current position.
Well, I'm a 41-year Idaho educator. Did 7 years in Boise as a classroom teacher and assistant principal there, and had the great good fortune to come to Joint School District Number 2 in 1978 to open Joplin School as its first principal. That was a great job. I stayed a long time, more than 15 years. From there I moved to the district office in a variety of different configurations, but basically Director of Student Achievement, which I did for 10 years, and then this job, and I've been superintendent for 8. So 41 years is a long time, but every day has been great.
Well, and I know you have a huge commitment to the kids. How we met was through the Meridian Kiwanis, and you were the administrator of the Builders Club, which is at the junior high level or middle school level here in this school district.
Yes, that was great. You know, those external programs are so important, and to be successful, school districts have to have lots of partners. So it was a natural. We had started the elementary program actually for the K Kids, and so having K Kids and the Builders Club was a great partnership, and continues to be a great partnership with the district.
Oh, absolutely! It's a great program.
It is.
So we'll just jump right into it. Last year was a challenging year, probably the most challenging year that you've had in your 40-plus years with the school district. Perhaps you can provide a brief overview of last year's graduating class. What percentage did we see graduate, and how many went on to higher education or the trades?
Well, last year was a fantastic year in everything except our finances. That was very challenging. It was the 3rd year in a row that we had cut our budget. Total over 3 years in cuts was $40 million. Because our supplemental levy failed and we had to cut $10 million in salaries out, it was the first of those years when we'd actually had to cut staff. So we began the 2011-2012 school year, 127 teachers under the state allocation and about 20 administrators under. From the state, we take away federal money and we take away the local support. We are receiving $4,100 per student, which is the lowest in the nation in districts over 25,000. So that was very challenging. It was a very tough time for us to put that budget together, and we had to make a lot of cuts that weren't good for schools, weren't good for families. Pay to play, pay to participate, midday, cutting midday kindergarten busing. But on the other side of that situation in the spring, everything was really good. This district continues to get a lot of bang for the buck. And we graduated 94% of our seniors, which is even above the state's high rate of 91%, which folks around the country just sort of shake their head. Our high school students last year, juniors and seniors, earned 10,500 college credits while they were in high school. That's kind of a minimum because the AP credits could be more, could be a number bigger than that. And our students did very well by every academic measure. So it was a good year, although a challenging one.
Well, I can say that one of those graduates was my daughter, and all of my kids went to the Meridian School District, and I'm sorry I keep saying Meridian School District.
That's all right, we let you do that.
It is Joint School District number 2, but we have been really thrilled, and in my monologue I had mentioned that we equate much of our growth in our community to the Meridian School District and the reputation you have for quality education and choice.
Well, we just have the very best staff anywhere. I'm thankful every day for the folks we have who work in our schools and our classrooms, who do all the jobs that are required. And I'm doubly grateful because I know that they do it under some of the toughest situations with higher class sizes, larger portfolios of responsibility than most any district of our size anywhere. And they really, really get the results. So it also is important to say that we absolutely rely on our partners, and we have many partners. The city is one, an important partner. But the community, and those partnerships take many forms. The chambers of commerce, the cities, the universities and post-secondary schools, the business community. It truly takes a village to do this work, and I think that that's a large reason why we're able to do so much on so little.
Well, and I think too, we have an amazing community of involved parents, and I think there are many ways to get involved with the school district. Can you maybe share some of those opportunities?
Our parents are our most important partners. We realize, that when students are successful, it can always be tracked down to the success that they get, the support that they get at home. I think our parents are involved in a number of different ways. Certainly our PTA, PTO booster groups at each of the schools give parents lots of different ways to be involved, and I have a council composed of the presidents of all those groups that meet with me on a regular basis. So that is a way that we use to get information going both ways to sort of take the pulse of what our parents are feeling and whatnot. We also have parents and non-parental patrons on virtually all of the committees that the district has, and we never turn down a volunteer. So we're happy always to expand the work of those folks, and glad to have them.
Now, I mentioned also that the district has many choices. Mm-hmm. Can you talk maybe about some of those choices, the magnet programs, very innovative that our school district is doing?
Yes, I think one of the things that's very unusual in our school district is that we have a number of schools of choice. I believe, and our board believes, that the public school system is very well suited, if not best suited, to offer choices to families. And most of our families, the majority, choose the neighborhood school, and they are outstanding. But for families who want a different emphasis, for example, they want the curriculum delivered with an emphasis in the arts, or they want an emphasis on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we have schools of choice where they can go. These schools have a larger attendance area, and they're really all filled by lottery, and almost every one of them has a big waiting list now. And that includes choice programs at all levels. A high school example would be Renaissance, and it is our International Baccalaureate high school. We just had the lottery for the 9th grade, and we had 200 seats, and we had almost 400 students that applied to take that very rigorous program. But there are choices throughout the district. We run literally hundreds of professional technical programs and have really worked to develop pathways for students to be successful. We are totally focused on the 4th R, which is reality, and we believe it's our job to prepare students for reality of life when they leave the classroom, and that means that we have to offer lots of different things so that every student can be successful.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Renaissance High School. Last year was, or last May, was their first graduating class with the International Baccalaureate. Now, can you tell me what the significance of that International Baccalaureate is?
The International Baccalaureate program is recognized worldwide as the most rigorous academic program for high school students anywhere. And the students, even within that school, have a number of choices. They can get a full International Baccalaureate diploma, where they can take individual classes, where they get the International Baccalaureate certificate. And I'm very excited to tell you that the next graduating class, this coming year's graduating class, has about 43 students who on graduation night will get a diploma and an associate's degree from college. That was our vision when we opened the school, to use that as the first place, the incubator for that. And I'm excited to say that we are confident now that that option can be expanded to the whole district. But if we think about that in terms of what that means for students and families, it's a significant event. If a student is going to an in-state school, it's about a $30,000 savings to the family. More importantly, we know that every college credit a student earns increases the likelihood that they'll finish. These are highly motivated students who will go to university next year as juniors when they finish. So that's exciting.
That's phenomenal. Yeah. And I know that's been a long time goal of yours, and so it will be quite the celebration when you see those diplomas in their hands.
It will be.
Now, last spring we also had a significant occurrence. Our patrons passed the levy that allowed some infusion of money. And can you tell us maybe what some of those funds allowed you to
I can be very specific about the funds, and I'd say up front that it was vital to the financial health of the district for that levy to pass, and it truly took the whole village to get it passed. It's a $14 million supplemental levy for each of 2 years. $4 million of the levy replaces money that the patrons had previously allowed us to move from the plant into the general fund. And the balance of it takes the place of one-time money that was used in 11-12. So no new programs, no staff gets funded from that, but it did prop us up so that we were not faced with the 4th year in a row of cutting millions from our budget.
Well, and I know that the school district recognizes it's extremely important to our community to support education. As I have businesses that come and look at our community to bring jobs to or to expand their current business operations, they do look at education, and an educated workforce is critical to the health and the welfare of our business community. So I know that our community, the school district, has had a pretty successful support from the patrons, business community, and the parents. And so I congratulate you again for that.
Thank you. I would be remiss not to say that I have sleepless nights and a lot of concern about our ability to sustain what we've done and to move ourselves to the next level, which is really increasing the number of students, not only who go on to college, but who finish, and moving our academic achievement up even higher if we don't get the replenishment of some of the funds that have gone away. I mean, districts all over the state are faced with issues of fewer school days, too few staff. And so over time, that's going to take a toll. So that's the concern we have. We are very appreciative of what the patrons of this school district have done and their long-term commitment to step out and tax themselves to fund the district, whether that's for new buildings or whether that's for our capital improvement program that allows us to keep our buildings up to date, or our supplemental levy. We appreciate that, and we don't take it for granted for one moment. We always aim to be the best stewards we can be of the public dollar.
That's fantastic. Do we have some new programs coming up for this coming school year?
Not too many. We're pretty much in a maintenance. What we're trying to do very hard and have been successful in doing is making sure that our programs are full, and that we're making good use of the staff that we have. We continue to expand in our professional technical offerings, and the increases are really in the numbers of students taking programs like pharmacy tech, certified nursing, fire, police, public safety, pre-engineering. Those programs are really growing in leaps and bounds.
Well, some of that is in partnership with Idaho State University, with CWI. What do you do in your partnerships with the higher education institutions?
Well, we really have partnerships with virtually every one of them. Last spring I had the opportunity to visit Meridian High School, and in their food class as part of their ag program, and saw a blended class being conducted by a very well-known professor from the University of Idaho who was instructing the students in a kind of partnership with the teacher. It's a dual credit class where they earn college credits, so we have partnerships there. We have a number of partnerships, as you mentioned, with Idaho State, as we share the building there. The pharmacy tech program would not have been possible without the wonderful pharmacy facility that's at ISU. And ISU and CWI were the major partners with us, are the partners with us in our first associates program. We needed both of them to make that a reality, and so that's exciting. Boise State is also a partner with us, and those 10,500 credits I mentioned to you are virtually earned from all of our institutions. What we do is go to the institution that has the program, has the best program, and work with them to as our partner.
What a great collaboration. That's very exciting. Now, I know that a major topic among the students and parents as well as teachers has been the Students Come First program. What is the district doing to prepare for that, and what have been some of the roadblocks?
Well, the district has been very aggressive in taking advantage of all of the resources that the state is offering through that. In the first year of the classroom technology, we standardized equipment in every classroom to make sure that teachers had projectors and document cameras, and so we will utilize those. We're working very hard now on the plan as the laptops are rolled out this coming year to our teachers and then subsequently to our students. So that's a plus. We're committed to have 21st century classrooms and 21st century teaching that is student-centered, as opposed to the old model, which was teacher-centered. So those funds help us. There were some issues with some of the legislation, particularly surrounding the requirements for online learning and some other tweaks. I'm very happy to report that our legislators have been extremely helpful to us, and in the last session of the legislature, they addressed virtually every one of those that made it hard for us to implement the Students Come First. So we feel like those laws are on pretty good footing now.
Well, that's good to hear. We had Superintendent Luna come and talk to the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council last spring, and it was a lively and very informative discussion. I know there's a lot ahead of our education system, and we are very proud with how the school district is responding to many of the changes that are happening, and we appreciate your leadership, and thank you for your time and joining us here today.
Thank you, Mayor, and thanks to the city for being such a great partner with us.
Well, thank you. Up next is a profile on a Meridian business that many people don't even know existed. with a solid reputation and a commitment to service this business, is leading the way in technology across the Treasure Valley and the nation. Please join me as we profile Air Inc.
Located in the gateway to the largest whitewater destination in the U.S., Air Inc. opened in 1989 manufacturing whitewater rafts. Air Inc. has grown over the past 23 years to also producing other top-ranking rafts efficiently, quickly, and in an environmentally conscious manner.
Air Inc. was started in 1989. The way Air makes boats is quite unique in the fact that it's not only an air retenting boat, but it's an outer shell with an inner tube, which we call an air cell. And this allows us to build boats without using any adhesives or glues or chemicals, so we can keep our manufacturing process fairly green or environmentally sensitive. It's also good for our employees because they're not breathing fumes or smoke or any of those things.
Finding this balance of efficiency, production time, and environmental awareness has allowed Air Inc. to become one of the biggest whitewater manufacturers in North America.
Air is probably the largest manufacturer of whitewater inflatables in the United States and North America. We have about 50 employees here. We've been really blessed that we've never really had that many upturns and downturns that we've had to lay very many people off. So our workforce has been with, a lot of our workforce has been with us for as long as we've been in business.
With its business-friendly environment, Air Inc. has found a great home here in Meridian to continue to grow and be successful.
Idaho is the whitewater state. We have more runnable rivers and longer trips than practically any other state in the lower 48. So I consider Meridian kind of like the gateway to the Payette and Snake and Salmon River. Also, being a manufacturing company, we need to have support of a community around us. And Meridian has what we need. We need electricians, we need people that can help us with some computers and other vendors to provide marketing materials and other services that every company needs to be able to do business.
Air Inc., another business that is right for their customers, right in Meridian.
Now, one of my favorite parts of our show is when we get to answer a question from the community as part of our Ask the Mayor.
Mayor, what do you think about the Meridian School District being the largest school district in the state?
As a city, I think we can continue much of our growth to the great school, can contribute much of our growth to the great school district we have in Meridian. Because of the quality education and the choice they offer our students, Joint School District Number 2 continues to be a great option for Treasure Valley families. I value the relationship that the city has with our school district and how they interact with our citizens. You were able to hear tonight from Dr. Clark on challenges and successes for the district. I thank her for joining us. I encourage you to get involved with the district as a volunteer board member or as a participant in your local PTA. Our district has great teachers, and having caring parents ensures continued success. Again, I'd like to thank Dr. Clark for joining me tonight. In addition, I'd like to thank Mike Gardner and the talented students of Mountain View High School who worked tirelessly to make this show a success. A program note, Celebrate Meridian can be seen every Thursday at 8 p.m. on TVC TV Channel 11. TVC TV rebroadcasts Celebrate Meridian all month long. We want to thank them for their assistance. Celebrate Meridian can also be seen anytime on the city website. So thanks for joining me tonight. I look forward to seeing you here next month, where together we will find new and exciting ways to celebrate Meridian.